That's right, we are back with replay commentaries. I'm gonna make these more frequent. The reason I don't do these that often is because I am a full-time PhD student. So during the day I work from, I'm basically out of the house from 8 till 7-ish. But then I come back, have dinner, play video games, record, upload, render, all of that. So replay commentaries are basically twice the work. And I don't mind the extra work, but sometimes, in my evenings, I sometimes don't find the time to do them, but sometimes I do. But today is one of those days, and that's why we're diving into this one. So, TEUFELSMOOR, the newest addition to the game, the newest map that has been added to this game. Interesting one. Not particularly my most favorite map. I'm more of a Danger Hills kind of person. I like, map variety, like elevation variety. I like areas that have urban density, but combined with areas that are like hilly or thick forests, all that kind of stuff. But it's still a good map, objectively. So today we got a 4v4. Yours truly is playing on NATO as 5th Blinde, and we're gonna be playing together with Silton, Holly, and FreshPrince against Dreadnought, Alex, Calmy, and Baron. So we're playing as the 24th. 5th Panzer, 2nd Infantry, and 5th Blinde versus 39, 39, Berlin Gruppierung, and 39. I'm on the left side as the 5th Blinde. Really fun battle group. I think one of my favorites, although it is quite nerfed, but it's still really fun to play with. The tanks are basically what is nerfed about it, but it's still really enjoyable. So we're going to be opening up with a lot of recon on the left. We will occasionally switch it to both neutral, but also look at our teammates. But most of the time I'm going to try to keep it on my POV, because I kind of know what happened on my side and I can actually then nicely commentate on it. That got absolutely destroyed by Holly's Strike Eagle, whatever that was. And on the front line we are trying to unload Dragon Paras. We do succeed. These guys have MP5s and a sniper rifle. We also have Grenadier Voltigate going, and we have the Vabs with 50 cal, so we're trying to keep those alive as well. So the Grenadiers unload, move towards the front line. We're going to be up against Suka, who is playing as the Berlin Gruppierung, or Unternehmenzentrum, as it was previously called. And that basically means a lot of Fallschirmjäger. A lot of Fallschirmjäger, a lot of good tanks as well, T-64s. Definitely not something you want to take lightly. But what we are trying to do is get our tanks into a good fire position. We're moving them up into the flank here. Basically keep them in an area where they can help out, but right now it's kind of hard to find like a good line of sight. We moved them around a little bit. Here's a good one that we have with this AMX-30. You can fire right between all these buildings and put down some fire on the enemy infantry there in those buildings up there. So that's pretty good. But we do move up, and that Jaeger get absolutely blasted by everything we have. Definitely not fair. That is a lot of 50 cals that he just got. That is 6 50 cals. That alone will just ruin your day. So over here, together with FreshPrince, we're trying to push up towards the Sappery. Try to push them out of there, and it is going really, really well. We have a lot of good infantry here with ranged weapons. The L.RAC, good range on them, 750, so we're cleaning up these transports. And we have our tanks kind of sitting on standby for the moment. Speaking of tanks, Baron Krieger has a T-80 over there that is doing a good amount of damage on my Dragon Paras and Grenadiers. We do have to watch out for that. On the left side, we're kind of playing defensive. We do have a Fab Milan and a Milan 2 team that are basically just trying to hold out here in the open. Do we get a truck? Oh, we missed that truck. Kind of a waste of 80 gems there. But honestly, it also isn't, because any truck is worth at least 20 points. So you're denying the enemy a refund of 20 points. So over there we just made it use its smoke, so that is already a win on its own. And we're gonna basically try to not lose this guy. So over here, we're getting pushed now by Modestrelakis. They have the RPG-22. Really good RPG for close range, super accurate and fast. But that'll stun your tank real quick. My guys do have the L.RAC still, but they don't have the line of sight, and I definitely don't want to peek out there when there's a couple of helicopters coming up. So I try to fall back with these guys and get them rearmed, repaired, refitted, everything. So in terms of anti-air, right now I'm a bit weak. So I have a Mistral on the right side and a Mistral on the left. Definitely is not enough. So we do need to get some Rolands out and make sure we have some good radar radar. Otherwise you just don't really hold up. But we called in some more Mistrals first. Oh, here we go. We got some Milan teams battling it out, getting some BTR-60s. Good hit with the Mistral there. We took out an MI-8. That alone is a win for us. So right now we're kind of in repair mode here. We're trying to lick our wounds and basically just build up for another push. This is a really cool scene here. From here you can actually fire into these buildings, which is really, really cool. So if you have a tank kind of hidden between these buildings, you can do a lot of damage. And I think that is the strength of this map, if you know how to use it. Look at that. That unit just got absolutely annihilated. That T-55 is definitely a problem. Our AMX-30s. If you have like 2 of them, sure, but even a basic T-55 will be a problem. And as soon as we get AT gemmed from the sides, we fall back. Because you don't want to get crossfired, especially not in the French tank. That's not a good time. But we call in some mortars so that we can both smoke and HE the area, because we see a huge concentration of enemies there. And we also have some supplies. So let's dive over to our allies here for a moment. We got FreshPrince pushing here with the 2nd Infantry. He's got some SAS squads, Jaeger Aufklärer, and he's also whipping out some Challengers and M48s for fire support. That's pretty nice. On the right side we have Silton battling it out against Dreadnought, who is playing as a 39. And we got Holly playing as... and Holly and Silton playing as 24th and the 5th Panzer. So they got this area entirely locked down. So they're having a good time there. Lots of mortars, lots of AA being called in. Going on the kind of a hybrid gameplay, like defensive, offensive, kind of just switching it out. I'm trying to be as aggressive as I can, because 5th Blindé definitely not the best battle group to defend against Soviet tanks with, especially out in the open. So I'm trying to force the battle into these urban areas, because my tanks are just not going to do well in the open fields, that is. So that's why I'm not pushing here at all. We have some Milan teams to hold it, together with, you know, some manpads and recon, but we are in no way doing anything aggressive. So here we go. We have our mortars firing at it, or going at it. We are putting down some HE on the area just to stun and panic a couple of these units. It's actually working out really well. The MP3 is already panicked just from a couple of mortar rounds hitting nearby. So don't underestimate mortars, guys. Definitely do use it. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. Even the Vabs here are being useful. Putting down fire down the range. Helping with the Monostrelakis there. Really, really helpful there. So we have a supply truck here. This guy's already empty. But we have a pretty good supply situation going on. Su-25 destroyed. Really nice kill by FreshPrince's SAS and track rapiers. We also now have a Roland 3. So that guy, together with the 2 other ones that we called in, should be enough to cover the airspace. So right now that T-80B is a bit of a problem. I don't want to take it head on, so I do move into a kind of a, you know, a guarded area here with the other 2. We just lose this guy to an unfortunate side shot. Actually, was that even a side shot or was that a booty shot? That was a booty shot. We got shot in the booty with that one. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. This is such a cool area where you can kind of just keep tanks. They can just fire down the line. Super cool. I think that is definitely how you might want to play these, you know, certain areas of the map. Just keep them in like a sliver of line of sight. Kind of how you would play in Steel Division. Steel Division was definitely a game where a sliver of a line of sight, like a sliver of opening, was something you would take advantage of, like fully. Let's see how our mortars are doing. Tapries and Monostrelakis are not having a good time. This guy already lost a couple squad members. there any more shots coming in? It's just in general good to pepper the area. Oh, look at that. They're already, you know, slightly stressed already. They felt it. They're still good cohesion. But if you get one direct hit, that's going to make a huge difference. And mortars are just wonderful to use. I really like mortar gameplay. But right now, he's moving up Motostrelekis that are not repaired. Mine are also not in the best condition, to say the least. But we do have a good fire support base going on here. That Motostreleki is getting wrecked, and he is gone, dude. That guy melted away. But we're getting countered. Luckily, we are moving our mortars after every fire mission. And right now we're putting down a smoke screen so that we can kind of isolate this area of the map. And only have to worry about that area of the map. And to fight those areas of the map, we're calling in commandos. We get some special forces up, we'll hopefully make a difference there. So right side, Holly and Silton are pushing up slowly but surely. They definitely have the harder fight over here. Huge open areas. Skyscraper gameplay is definitely reigns supreme here if you have some ATGMs to put in those. But those, I definitely like these areas a bit more. So we have the smoke screen set up. Those guys are isolated. We have our commandos moving up. We have some more ATGM infantry coming in. We have one being flung at a UAZ. Kind of a waste of ATGM, but it's fine. But yeah, we're gonna keep that up. So a couple of Motostrelekis in front of us. We kind of did a preemptive hardy mission on this position, because I was kind of betting on these guys to keep pushing, but they just didn't. We have a little bit of HE coming down, but that's gonna be just fine. Some of it might actually hit him a little bit. Are they moving out? Or are they moving in? Yeah, they're moving out. They are stressed though. Their cohesion is quite low. Now over here I marked for FreshPrince to basically use the infantry he has on his side, because I just called in quite a bit, so we don't really need to blob this up here. That's gonna just draw in artillery, just like it is doing right now. And that's gonna destroy the buildings, and that removes your cover, so you kinda don't wanna do that. So instead, we're gonna go around the buildings. And we have more smoke being put down. That's gonna give us complete safe route into this section of this of the city. And we have some more chasseurs coming in as well. These are going to be on standby for the moment, but they will be used really, really quickly. So a lot of infantry, as you can see, in front of us. But these commandos are definitely not going to have an easy time. So chasseurs moving up as well. We're going to just unload them right here and move them through. That BMP got absolutely destroyed. Sapri, the moment he's, you know, steps out of that area, he just gets blasted by everything. Ooh, that's a nice ATGM hit on the T80 there. So over here, we are still pushing up. It's kind of a meat grind, but not really a nasty one, if that makes sense. It's not like an RD fest every time when we spot something. Like, we're trying to smoke it off, we're trying to isolate areas. They're not really RDing every single building they spot either, so that's kind of nice. We have a huge supply mission going on here. Lots of Puma supply helis. We have Gazelle ATGM helis coming in, AMX-10 RC, so lots of recon, lots of good infantry, lots of tank, lots of fire support. Just a really cool fight. So the commandos are a bit hurt, so we're falling back with those to get them fixed up. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to lose these guys. They're quite precious to us. The chasseurs, we have more of those, and we just keep them on the front line to take the brunt and spot things for our tanks and AMX-10Ps to take care of instead. Now the moment the smoke dissipates though, we're in danger. Because we have nothing against the T80B. We do have an ATGM heli that unfortunately missed, but tank on tank, we're not going to win that. Luckily, he backs off. We have a supply truck here. We have more commandos that we called in. We have 3 more helis, full of them. And in the meantime, we're just gonna move the chasseurs up. Here we go. Commandos are now being fixed. And the moment these guys are good to go, oh, they're gonna basically go back to the front line. Now back to the right side, it's kind of looking rough. They, Holly and Silton are pushed back slightly, but they are really holding the front. Like, I don't see Red pushing that back anytime soon. MiG-23 coming in, that's gonna get absolutely blasted. Yep, he's dead. No chance whatsoever for that one. We are getting RD'd, however, on our line of armored vehicles, so we fall back with those guys, and the commandos are going to be moving up in a bit. So these guys are almost fully healed. They are ready for combat once again. Buratino spotted in the back. That guy is definitely going to be quite a bit of a problem. Now at this point, we call in the Mirage 5 Napalm, the Bidon Special. We don't use them, because when we use them, it removes the buildings, which we don't want to do. Don't want to do that, unless you're playing armored or mechanized. Oof, Strike Eagle barely got out there. That would have been rough if that died. Commandos basically holding the second line here. We are moving them up on the flanks. Chasseurs are doing good enough, to be honest. But with the help of the commandos, that's gonna be easy. More supplies being called in. We have a nice little supply dump going on here. It's keeping everything, including AA, resupplied. Left side is now getting RD'd. The Milans are really just pissing them off, I believe. I did attack move them a little bit. I don't know if they got anything. They might have... Oh yeah, they might have killed the tank. Would you look at that? Did they destroy something here? Kinda hard to say, but they did definitely do a number on that tank, I believe. A big ol' infantry fight once again. T-80 and BMP-3 out in the open. We're basically trying to just get a couple of good kills here. But, yeah, that was just way too much firepower. And we spot that artillery firing down. But we decided to just, you know, take it a little bit easy. Just fall back a little bit. And also, get, once again, a smoke screen going. We don't want to block the line of sight of all of their fire support and give us time to repair. So we smoke it off, and then we move supply trucks up to fix our boys as quickly as possible. That is the name of the game when you're fighting urban combat or urban battles. Tanks at a nice distance here to give fire support. Commando Datura is getting blapped by the big ol' 105mm. Unfortunately, Roland 3 is taking some strays here. But in general, that was a successful mission there. So that BMP got out, got completely isolated, and is now dead. So that is how you could use your smoke. You could use it in a way to kind of cut off the enemy, cut off their fire support, and just take them on one by one. You basically even out the playing field there. Oof, right side is really getting hammered. Ollie did do a huge amount of seed missions on the right side to try to just deplete them of radar AA. And he was quite successful with it. He got a lot of radar AA taken out. Oof, that poor plane, dude. That SU-22 was not ready for it. We have so much AA here. We have Rolands, AMX-13s, we have Manpads, CAPT 20s. Like, this is all AA that we have, that I have. We count in our allies' AA. Well, it's actually not that much, so I'm kind of responsible for all of the AA here. But we're still moving. Infantry is doing the Lord's work. That Buratino is getting ready to fire, which is definitely going to be painful. Wish I spotted that a bit earlier. But we always do try to keep our infantry moving forward, so that's what I'm trying to do here. We move some units up, and we move the other ones back. The ones that need repairs or rearming, we try to fall back with those and get a supply truck up to fix them. Oh, that was a nasty hit. Right on top of our chasseurs here. The artillery is going right on top of our mortars. We did a a micro error here. We didn't move them after firing. That's what you get. On the left, T80BV getting fired at by the AMX, getting hit by the ATGM. I think twice in a row. That did a huge amount of damage. And now we have 2 Milan teams and 2 VAT Milans. That's actually doing a huge amount of damage there. Commandos, point blank, getting a T80BV kill just like that. That ATGM missed. That one missed as well. That would have been nice. Does this one hit? Come on. Also a miss. At least that one hit though. We got him stunned. Commandos are doing their best. BMP-1 taking a frontal hit from our infantry. Nice. We got a couple of AT weapon ATGM hits there. Another one cleaned up. That is a huge amount of units. Commandos holding the line right now. Here we go. Now they're in AMX range. They get blasted really quickly. That's why these French tanks are so much fun. Now we do get our artillery to fire down on these guys. We have the AMX-10 AUF-1s as well, I believe. Yep, we have 2 of these guys. They're just blasting. Now at this point, I call in a cluster thinking that the Buratino fell back to that tree line maybe. Initially I thought he would probably stop here, which was right. I should have just clustered that. That would have been the luckiest cluster ever in this game. The good thing is that T80 is routed. We have an AMX-30 and AMX-10 RC just firing away at it, chipping away at its armor. We need 5 more direct hits to kill that thing. Oh yeah. Oh, 4 more hits. Well, actually he's dead. Never mind. He probably just turned his side or something. SU-22 coming in. That is not getting out. With the amount of high quality AA, I've basically taken over the AA duty here. FreshPrince does not now need to focus on this because I just took care of it. So he's focusing fully on vehicles, which is good. It's called teamwork. So let's see what the mortars are doing once again. They are once again creating a line of smoke, and there goes the Buratino. Yep. Luckily though, we moved and spread out all of our AA, or our infantry I should say. And luckily for us, we're not really taking too many casualties with that Buratino. We move all of our tanks up on the flank here, try to do as much damage as possible. Upon seeing that it's pioneers with no anti-tank weapons, we move in. We move in and start blasting. Oh, we take Estrella out. Man, that was a beautiful shot. Oh, the autocannons are just nuts. Oh, here's a T-64. That's not gonna end well. Really good hit though. We try to just rush it at this point. Hit the Brennus point blank, and we kill it. Yeah, with the autocannons, you can definitely do a number on infantry. Like, really quickly. I think that's the strength of the French tanks. But other than that, they're glass cannons, each and every one of them. The strongest one has 10 front armor, which really is not good enough to do anything. Over here, we are in a little bit of danger. The 80s. Yeah, we just don't have enough tanks at this point, so I try to fall back with what I got. And I try to just get smoke going as soon as we can and block the line of sight there. So allies on the right side still doing pretty good. They're holding the line. We have Silton now pushing really hard with his National Guard M1 Abrams, M1 IP Abrams, Marder 1A2s, Leopard 2A3s, or 2A4s I should say. So Holly together with Silton are just pushing with a huge armored column. There really isn't much to stop them here. That's looking pretty cool. Yeah. Now at this point, my opponent decides to call it quits. Not quite sure why. He was doing pretty good, and it's not really that like far off from potentially being a draw, but we're creeping up at such a nice controlled rate that there is almost no possibility of us losing out at, you know, unless we just do something stupid. Like push all of a sudden over the open field and just get absolutely blasted. But we keep our strategy up, we just get smoked and we move up. We smoke, we move up, we smoke, we move up. So that way we isolate their units that we can destroy easily. We also block the line of sight. We create a safe haven for us. It's kind of an all-in-one. Now right now, 4 rolling 3s here. That MI8 is not happy. We get it with 2 AMX 13s. Now I try to just quickly get a command in here, hoping that they wouldn't have one, but we could immediately cap everything. That didn't happen, and on top of that, we lost this command pretty much immediately. Now right side is doing really good. Big old push has been quite successful. Holly has moved up to the flank here, while Silton goes straight ahead with his 2A3 and 2A4s. Yep. That T80 is not gonna have a good time. Oh, man. Just 2-tapped them. Yeah, none of these tanks are gonna have a good time. That just destroys these boys. Look at that. Love to see the Gepard in action, dude. Probably like my favorite AA piece in the game. Also because it has smoke. Nice. So good. But at this point, FreshPrince gets a command in there. He just tries to hold that down. And that is basically my cue to push up as well. But we are, you know, we're trying to lick our wounds. We're trying to fix our units up. Most of the buildings are destroyed, unfortunately. But upon seeing our teammate push up, I try to push up too. When we get our commandos going up, we have our AMX 30 B over there just chilling. T80 is trying to just spot this command. And this command is just trying to run away. But unfortunately, he gets blapped last second. He almost made it too. That would have kind of been funny. So now we're leading 320 points. Right side is definitely enveloping this area. Baron Krieger now also just throws in the towel. And he was on the left side as well, so both opponents on the left have thrown in the towel, unfortunately. Sometimes it's kind of a, you know, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth when you fight against AI because it's just not the same. But yeah, it's fine. That lady's got a bomber, got absolutely destroyed. 4 rolling 3s. It basically doesn't get more lethal than that. 65% accuracy on that bad boy. The only downside of Roland's is the reload time. So it has a salvo of 2, meaning it can fire 2 missiles. But after that it has 20 seconds of offline time. It needs to reload. Oh, really nice crossfire here with 80 gems. That was beautiful. That T80B is also in a bad spot. Yep, getting side shot here by the warrior Milan. And he's dead as well. Quite nasty. Now right side is doing pretty good. Holly is pushing out in the open there. T80's caught out in the open. Motostreliki's getting wrecked. AA is now being moved up as well with reinforcements from Silton. So they're really coordinating nicely. On the left, I have some more tanks coming in. We have the B2 Brennus, 10 front armor, really bad armor. But, you know, 19 pen cannon, which is nice. And you have an autocannon. But, yeah, they're a bit too nerfed. I would be fine with this if they maybe give another card to Brennus. That would be nice. But it's fine. It's fine. I think it's in a decent spot now. And not everything needs to be really good. I think some like differences in quality of battle groups, some being slightly better than the other, is actually a nice thing. That kind of changes your playstyle. If it's better at defending than attacking, then you know you gotta maybe defend a bit more. Those T80s are just looking badass right now. Ooh, although they are getting side shot by 2 A4s, that is the worst situation you could be in. Yeah, they're not gonna have fun there. Boink. And there goes the last one, basically. Man, they haven't missed a shot. But right now, +4. Left side is completely taken. We are, granted, playing against AI at this point. But I do want to say that it is nice that the opponents don't just leave the other opponents. They're, you know, just playing the game. They're just chilling. We're all just having a good time. That is what the game is about. And I think that's why I need to do more replay commentaries. So +4, we have way too many commands in the zone. And right now, kind of in the chill phase. You know, it's in that phase where you don't really know what's going on. You're just chilling, you're just enjoying the show. You're kind of just hanging out. Not really knowing what to do, you know? Yeah, it's not too bad. And with that, we also neutralized the right side. ADBVK did get spotted though. So that might actually change into a +8. And T-34's over here. That is just a bit overkill. I bet that RPG just went straight through that tank, like twice. Absolutely uncalled for. Strike Eagle Gaming today here with the American decks. Super powerful, but definitely something you should take advantage of when you play as the Americans. And this is kind of the I think that's AI firing at our Rolands? Is it? No, it's Alexei. Okay, so he's actually countering my AA. That is really good. We just totally didn't move these guys for like the entire match. That's gonna be painful. I hope I don't lose those. Did I lose these? Getting pretty close, man. But I don't think we did. Yeah, we got lucky there. We got quite lucky. Oh, AMX-13 took a direct hit. We destroyed the other one though. But upon seeing that there is another one, you just smoke. You just smoke and retreat. Probably the best bet. Just smoke and get out of there. You really don't want that fight. Right side just seems like so much fun. Look at this. Fireteam Dragon, oh my god, they actually hit it. That T80 got absolutely smacked. My god. That was a painful one. I'm actually surprised that T-34 took a direct hit and still survived. With 1 HP left. Even just 1 HP. You gotta commend that. You gotta commend that vitality. So big old push from Holly and Silton into the zone. They're just rolling through what was once a nice neighborhood. Even a supermarket over here. With big old discounts. Probably an Aldi or something. Or Lidl. But yeah, they're just having a good time. What is interesting is, so here, this should be 100 meters, right? You can kind of see how the scaling is built in this game. So it isn't, you know, obviously 100 meters is not 100 meters in this game. So that field is about, so let's say that's 50, right? 100. So they basically have it quadrupled. Yeah. But that actually fits right in the middle, so that 50 meters is actually 100 meters, so it's doubled then. Yeah, so they have the ranges doubled in this game. Wait, does that make sense? I mean, it kinda does. No, that's 100. No, never mind. It's quadrupled. From the dot to the edge, that's 100 meters. But this entire place is 200 meters in game, so that's 400. But yeah, the ranges are quadrupled in the game. It's actually a nice way to look at it. Interesting. I didn't even know like it was quadrupled, but I knew it was much, you know, much larger. But yeah, I'm just rambling on at the moment because there's not really much going on. We're just gonna speed it up, guys. Because if I ramble on, it's not good. Bad things will be said. But yeah, TEUFELSMOOR, interesting map. I think they can make it a lot more interesting if they move the zones a bit. But this zone here could be, the border of it could be at this road, and then this zone could be at this road. That would actually create a bit more tension in between the two zones. Either that or maybe add another one like straight in the middle. Because now you're kind of just, I don't know, what do you guys think? Would that be a cool change? Or to move to the roads? It could be interesting, right? Or am I just tripping? Good game though. This was a good match. Oh, we got a lot of kills there. 97-30, 41-05 losses. In general, we did pretty good as an entire team. AMXs did decent. Commandos did some work. Roland's definitely saved me there. We actually got a Jurgen with the AMX. Wow, look at that. We got a lot of planes. But that was a ton of fun. I really do hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. And I'll see you guys back soon. Take care.